Hello everybody, this is Moses from Wilona's Cave. I'm going to be doing a channel update video right now, and I think I'm going to continue doing stuff like this. It's nice and easy, not much editing. A lot has been happening on my channel this past 2 weeks, actually, even a month, but this past 2 weeks. One, I started a Patreon page, the link's right here. I'll put it in the description below, but what comes with that is my game I'm working on, Haiku Journey, and we'll be talking about that as well in this video. I am in my room right now. My daughter's sleeping. She was scared last night and she wanted to sleep in my bed. So hopefully she doesn't wake up. So I'm going to try not to talk so loud. If I sound loud, it's because my mouth is really close to the microphone. So this is my YouTube channel page. Let me show you a few things I'm doing right now. Let's go to the community page. Okay, so right here, well, let's talk about this first. By the way, I think this is still going on, 40% off Avatar Legends starter box set. I think this is today, only one day only. So check it out. It's my favorite RPG. All right, so this is the new thing right now. I have been getting over the, well, way before YouTube, because I know a lot of systems, and it's not that easy to find people, I'm assuming, I only play solo. But I've been told that it's not easy to find GMs for a lot of systems, or any system. I've gotten a lot of questions in my life and on this channel of, is there a way I can go on Discord and you know, do Avatar Legends or Dungeon World, or especially Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay? You can't find a lot of people to play that game, or even GM, let alone play. So they could play. I don't have the time to do live stream and stuff. I'm assuming it takes a long time, 3-4 hours. I don't have that time. So what I'm going to do now, you can already see this 27 votes, is that something new. I'm going to be your, as in you right now, your GM for a Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay campaign, yada, yada, yada. Your character is a vampire. I meant to put vampire here, and I didn't notice it put an emoji of a vampire, but whatever. It says vampire later on. And then you read the story of my introductory story I created. This is actually in my journal. I am solo role-playing a Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay game outside of this channel in my journal, and this is what I've written, and these are the types of things I want to do next, and I'm going to allow you all to vote what I mean, it is you, but it's my game outside of this channel, what I'm going to be doing next. So I am quite surprised that it's unearthed, well, it's not even 24 hours. How old is this? 11 hours. I'm debating on waiting 24 hours for each post. 12 to 24 hours, depends. If I start seeing the votes go down, like not down, meaning like a slow down, then I'll say, okay, it's done, next scene. But I am very surprised that Unearthed Ancient Artifacts is leading. I'm very surprised. I thought it would have been like Forge an alliance with the undead. That's what I thought was going to happen. And undead, vampires, or whoever, you know. I've always wanted to play as a vampire, as a PC. I've done it once before. That's a long story. I got ran out of town and I forgot who I was. I was so old. I don't know, 500, 600 years old. I forgot who my family members were, etc., etc. So I'll wait for all the responses. And once this is, I'm assuming this is probably going to win. Then I will continue the story and provide 4 more options. And when we get to combat, I'll probably just play a combat scene like I do for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, the solo campaign, and play it out. And hopefully our character, which I named Valeris, which I really like, but it doesn't really fit Warhammer, I don't know. But anyways, I really like that name. So anyways, that's going on now. So that's another update. So this is, everybody, if I get support like this 27 votes, which is great, even 1 or 2 votes means there's support. But if I start getting more support and more people are sharing this, that I'm actually doing something like this, I can continue, everybody, I can continue this for a year or 2 years. We can go through a whole huge campaign together like this. This takes no editing at all. It's easy. So if you want this to go to a huge story, oh, before I forget too, let me keep doing this, because I will go forever. And to make it more interesting, let's see if I can show the comment. Let's see what happens. Okay, email me It's, I believe, wilonascave@gmail.com. Email me or leave a comment here of your Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay NPC creation. Limit 2 NPCs per subscriber, please. I don't want like somebody to give me like 20 NPC ideas. Just do 2 at most, and I will create the NPCs, input them into the game, credit you in the game, like in the story, basically. And I have to slow down with drawing. I have artwork that I'm being commissioned for, and I have artwork that I'm doing for this channel. I have to slow down. My neck and my back, it acts up if you draw too much. You could imagine, hours of just hunched over drawing. I may, okay? This is not a promise. I might draw various NPCs, or I'll do like a poll, or not a poll, but like a raffle. I will draw your NPC and make a glossy, high quality print, sign it, and send it out to you. Okay? You just give me a few descriptions of what the NPC looks like, a Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay NPC, or a PC, I guess. It depends if you create a PC that's really interesting and I'm thinking about using it as a PC, like an ally, I will draw it, I will send it out for print, sign it, and send it out to you, the print. The original I'll keep, but let me know if you're interested in that. Let's see what other new things. So, I have a Patreon page now, Wilona's Cave. God, I love this. I like Patreon, yeah, but I love the view of this, and it worked out so well. So with this now, why I never had, this is what, almost over 2 years now of this channel, and I've been constantly asked, do you have Patreon? Do you have Patreon? I want to support this, that, the other. And I would always reply, I don't want anybody's money. Truly. I've already did this is the 240th video, 240 videos of thousands of hours it took of editing and everything. If I wanted your money, I would have started from day one, channel membership and everything. Okay? Monetization on YouTube is a different story because they're going to run an ad anyways. So I might as well get a piece of that pie. So I didn't want to start a Patreon because I don't want your money to just enjoy my content. And I don't believe in Patreon. Everybody has their own thing, but I will say my thought right now, what I'm thinking. I don't believe it's worth paying someone a Patreon that says, hey, you'll get a day or two early exclusive view of the video before it goes live to everybody else. That's not enough. What I'm offering is my game, Haiku Journey, a solo journaling game, and all the expansions, which I already uploaded 2 expansions already, a Middle Eastern fantasy setting expansion and a horror bundle pack expansion. And we're going to be talking about in this video very quickly my new idea of doing adventures. And it has new rules now, optional rules. If you don't want to do a haiku, I have a new type of sentence structure rules that you can use. So this is not just for solo. There are tons and tons of prompts. So this is a version 1.3a. This is the most current version, and this is the version that you could only get if you are a paid Patreon. Version 1.2a alpha is available to everybody. That's 73 pages. This is 136, 138 pages. But this is only available to paid Patreon members. Which, thank you, by the way, I got, and I'll email you to thank you personally, but I saw who has already become a paid member. So thank you all. So this key aspect. So what I'm trying to lead into now is it's not just for solo. If you want to use this system, I have decades worth of my own creations of watching movies, reading books and everything, of getting ideas and taking notes, of tables that I have. So I have, in this game alone currently, there's 2,000 plot hooks of vast variety of settings, 20 fortune and misfortune tables, that's 800 prompts, 700 keywords, etc., 600 thematic categorized nouns and verbs to choose from. You could use this for your game, group game session. So if you're like, I'm not into solo this much or even haiku, you could still, if you pay, the Patreon, you can get all this and growing. growing. I'm not going to stop. I want to produce probably 1 to 2 things or even more a month of just hundreds of prompts, hundreds of encounters a month. So instead of going online and by the way, everybody, this is not a promo video. So I'm actually, I want to get that across. I'm not trying to push anything. I'm just letting you know what you get in a video finally format, not just a YouTube community post. This could be used in a group session. So I'm going to have ideas for, plot hooks and encounters for dungeons, for attics, like not attic, like not that type of attic, like the attic of a house, a basement, 100 plot hooks that could happen in a basement. Anything, whatever. A treehouse encounters. You have a treehouse village and what can happen? Anything, everything. My mind doesn't stop, everybody. I have journals upon journals upon journals. I have to put my journals in storage. Some of my books in storage. That's how much I have because I have no more room in the house. I just love doing this. I love writing. I love drawing, etc., etc. So you can see the table of contents for this version. So it goes all the way to page 138. And the real reason why is because the fortune and misfortune tables are a lot more than 1.2, and the various D100 plot hooks. Look how many pages, 61 to 133, or 61 to 132. That's a lot. So, and I think I'm going to stop because it's just getting too large. I'm going to continue on. Now, I'm going to show you the new thing I'm doing now, an adventure for Haiku Journey. So here is now this is going to be free for everybody. Okay. This adventure is currently in alpha. I'm still playtesting it now, and I got to edit some things. You could use Haiku Journey, or you could use the new rules if you want to just read. If you could read right now while I'm talking, the optional rules for sentence writing, it's all right here. This is the Curse of the Blood Moon Haiku Journey Encounter Concept, version 1.0a, Wilona's Cave. So how this works, if you don't want to do the haiku, like refer to the core rulebook for haiku rule set. I'm thinking I should just put a little synopsis of what the rule set of haiku is, Haiku Journey here, and move all this down. But regardless, my daughter's starting to move. Oh well. That's my real timer. I don't need a stopwatch or a clock. Writing rules. Okay, so what this is, if you don't want to do haiku, word selection. Roll 3 times on a corresponding word table, and I'm going to show a video later on, not today, but later on of the playtest I'm doing with it. So you roll 3 times on the word table, then you have to choose a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 3. Then the sentence structure, write sentences using the selected words. And if you used 1 word, 2 words, 3 words, you get a plus, that corresponding plus of a modifier. Plus 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then every chapter, I'll show you in a little bit, you can see this background encounter. Every chapter has easy, average, or hard, and you have 30 syllables max, 25 syllables max, and 22 syllables max accordingly. Rolling on the outcomes. After you do this, you get a d20 and roll and use your modifier. How many words you used. A 10 or less is a misfortune table. 11 or more is a fortune. So I'll show you. This is the background, all this. You could download this in the description, by the way. I'll put it in the description, of course. Everything you're looking at, though, by the way, it might change when I upload it. So just letting you know. So here's the chapters right here. There's 9 chapters. Starts off with the arrival. It's easy. So haiku score, if you're doing haiku, is 17 or optional rule 30 syllables max. There's a theme, the task, and the encounter. I'm debating on making the encounter a D4 roll so you could pick a new encounter if you don't like this one, let's say. I'm debating. I'm not too sure yet. Then it goes to the Mad Prophet, the Cursed Artifact, etc., etc. So here are the word tables. Every chapter has its own unique word table. Now here are the fortune and misfortune tables. Now this is the arrival, so each one has its own unique fortune and misfortune table, each chapter. And by the way, on the misfortune table, 6, if you roll a 6, each one, you could say it. You could see what it says, game ending. So it doesn't mean death, it just means the game ends. So on the arrival, if you roll a misfortune, like you rolled a 9, Now you got to go to the misfortune table. It's game ending. You're mistakenly accused of a crime and imprisoned, ending your quest prematurely. And then you would roll for 3 words and write down how this happened as your last prompt to the story, as your last input to the story. I'll allow, no matter how hard, average, or easy, 30 syllables max. Let's say I'll add that to the rules, where you use those 3 words that you rolled on the word table, corresponding word table, and how you're mistakenly accused of a crime. And then there's your story. Now, here's the cool thing about this, is that in a 1 page, you could have a whole complete story in 1 page. So the secret society, the ancient library, etc. In 1 page, you could have a whole story that could be a one-shot for your group campaign. You could take what you've played on your own and take it to your table and play it out. You know, not telling them what's going on. You just tell them, okay, you arrived in a city. It's called the curse of the blood moon, blah, 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 this, that, the other. And use it's a agnostic setting. Just put it with any system you want. Savage Worlds, Dungeon World, Warhammer, D&D, Pathfinder, doesn't matter. You could just use this. It's like, I don't know, I got to make a one shot. I have no idea what to do. Boom. Play this game, and now you have a Curse of the Blood Moon. Just play this game. And here's the cool thing about this. Later on, I'll show my playtest of it. My playtest kind of went a totally different way. There'll never be the same story twice when you play this game. My adventure modules that I'm making for Haiku Journey. They'll never be the same story twice because of how the words you choose, how you interpret them. If you rolled on a certain fortune table, a misfortune table, even though the encounter is always the same, even all this right here, okay, all this is always the same. The 3 words you choose, up to 3 words, 1 to 3, excuse me, the sentences you create, and the fortunes and misfortunes that happen afterwards will make everything completely dynamic. It'll never be the same story, ever. Yes, you know what the A to B to C will be, but you're filling all that in is completely different. Isn't that amazing? That's what I love. So I really enjoy doing this kind of stuff. This is my way of really playing. That's why I finally decided to do this. This is actually one of the main reasons why I started this channel, was to create things like this. You know, the Forest Realm that I drew up, Shadow Realm that I'm still trying to complete, all these type of realms, you know, and now I have a system that I'm working on for the past few months that's finally getting, you know, it's greasing its bearings. It's finally getting there. And this is one idea. Let me know in the comments. I don't really like it anymore. That's why I went this way. But I started out doing the word tables with the word right here, tome, and it's a noun. And then I did a quick definition of what that word is. Do you like this way? I don't. Okay, now I can bold everything. I could bold the number and the word, or I could put a background of a gray on every other one to make it a little bit easier on the eyes. Do you like this? Or do you like this? I like this, everybody. So I'm going to switch it out, I think. But let me know. So right here is my playtest. I took a picture. I put on the community page of the Curse of the Blood Moon. This is another playtest I'm doing. After I did a few corrections, you could pause it and read what I've written. Hopefully you could read my handwriting. But I'll explain it further in another video of how I'm thinking. But I stopped right around here. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I got tired. All right, everybody. Happy gaming. Bye.